Yo, what up everybody? ETA on the EUC. It is June 21st, 4:54 p.m. It's a Wednesday, so we're just gonna get right into it. It's your first time watching the channel, welcome. In this channel we do food deliveries for Grubhub, Uber Eats, and DoorDash on electric unicycles in Manhattan. And then today we're on the King Song 16X. The reason we're on it, I'll explain here in a second. But anyway, guys, let's get into it. So I wasn't planning on recording today, but it's actually gonna rain for like the next week, which is a WTF moment because it's been raining like at least a couple days every week for like the last month, it seems like. Getting tired of this rain, dude. It's about to be July. It's like June 21st, official day of summer, and it's gonna like rain for like a week. Pretty annoying, but so yeah, that's why I'm recording. I also looked at the forecast before I came out. Looks like it's gonna have a chance to rain closer to 12 a.m. and I plan on being out here at 12 to 1 a.m. So hopefully you don't get rained on. That's the reason I have my 16X, by the way. So I'm on my 16X because my Commander Pro 100% is not waterproof. I'm not riding that because it might rain tonight. So lately I've been taking the 16X out. I'm not too worried about this electric unicycle in the rain, but I mean, even this one's not waterproof, but I'd rather have this out than the Commander Pro. So I would actually prefer to be on my Sherman Max, which is my other EUC. I have 3, by the way. Sherman Max is also a larger one, larger battery capacity, 3,600 watt hours, but I'm not on that today because I've been having issues with it. Not issues, but it sounded like there was like a grinding that happened on my last shift, which was actually a couple weeks ago on that. And it was like a loud grind. It was like, sounded like a shovel going through gravel. And so I thought it was the bearing. So I took apart the wheel and I noticed that the motor was, it looked like it's grinding against the side of the inner shell. As you can see with these pictures right here, this is actually what it looks like after I took it apart. Because I had extra wheel, I'm trying to put a street tire on the Sherman, and I was gonna replace the bearings. So I figure I might as well change out the tire and replace the bearing, and this is what I found after I took it apart. As you can see, it's really rubbing up like hardcore. Like it's not supposed to do that like at all. Like you're not supposed to see any silver, it's not supposed to rub. I'm not sure the reason for that, but I'm assuming it's because the shell, the inner shell might be broken in apart and therefore it's rubbing against the motor. I don't think it's the axle or anything. The axle looks pretty strong. And I'm not even sure that sound was the bearing. Like I said, it might just be the motor, but I'm gonna replace the bearing anyway. The bearings anyway, because I have it apart. I have the bearing replacements, and those bearings that are originally on there have 9,500 miles on it, so it's about time to replace them anyway. But yeah, I haven't fixed the Sherman yet. It's been a couple weeks just sitting there unassembled because to take out the bearing after taking off the motor cover, I need like a what is it, a gear puller or something, because I can't just, it's really stuck on there and I need to pull off that bearing. So I have it in the mail. It should come here in the next day or two. I'm gonna reassemble the wheel after I replace the bearing for my Sherman and see if it's still grinding, see if it was the motor, which it probably is, obviously, just by the looks of it, or if it was the bearing that was making that noise. I'm probably gonna have to replace the inner shelling of the Sherman Max because it's actually known to rub like that after a while. Like there's been reports with the Sherman Max that after the casing gets worn in a little bit or it might crack or whatever, it starts to rub on the motor. So I've actually heard about this, but I've never seen a case quite like this. Yeah, that's why I'm on the 16X, the rain, and also my Sherman's down until I fix it, find out what's going on. So yeah, let's get into it. I'm gonna take this 1539, 35 minutes, 3.3 miles, a double, going up to 35th. So just FYI, I might be taking orders that are smaller than what I would take when it's busy, just because lately it's been slow. Pretty sure, quote unquote, the summer slowdowns here. So, because every day I've been out here, it's been slow. So in a way, this rain that's coming might be a good thing because when it rains, the weather's shitty, no one wants to go out, so they just order food and therefore we get busier on our end. So that's a welcome, but things have been slowing down, so I'm taking orders that are not as good as what I usually take, but that's okay. It is what it is. I'm not complaining. Just letting you guys know.
Give me one good pass.
First pickup is right here. I don't even know how to pronounce the name, so I'm not even gonna try. It's like Spanish. Oh, El Diablito. Actually, that's pretty easy. I can pronounce that. Hello. I got to pick up for Runa.
Give me 1 second. I gotta bag it up.
No problem. Cool. Thanks, man. Next pickup is Ubu, which is like 4 blocks to the north. So the 16X, what I have now, it's like a 1552 watt hour battery, I think. 1552 watt hour battery, I don't know, somewhere around there. Just to put it in perspective, my Commander Pro and my Sherman Max is 3600 watt hour, and this is 1552, so almost more than half less than the Commander Pro or the Sherman Max battery capacity, which means obviously you don't get as far as range as you would on the other ones. Just in general, usually I would get like 6, if I'm lucky, sometimes 7 hours out of this doing food delivery. It's different if I was to do this recreationally, I can't even say that word, recreationally. If I was to do this recreationally, then I would get less miles. But food delivery, there's downtime and stuff like that, so I get more hours. But now that it's slow, I get even more hours because there's even more downtime, if that makes sense. Oh, shit. Not ready yet? All right. I also forgot my alarm today for my EUC. Actually, I need to buy another one because I took the alarm that was on this one and I put it on my Commander Pro. I had like the Fosman alarm, link below. You can buy it there, the same one I have. But I had it on that one and I took it off because I got the Commander Pro, put it on there. So I don't have an alarm on this thing right now, but that's okay, I'm not worried about it. First drop off says about 14 minutes to the north, but we could probably make it in 12 minutes. I actually did like a podcast like last week, like as soon as I found out that New York's they're gonna make these apps do $1 per hour for their workers now, which is the first time in the country that the city is mandating these apps to do $1 per hour. And basically it's gonna start off around $18, and in a couple of years it's gonna work its way up to like 20, low 20s or something like that. And that's just the base pay. So no matter what you're doing, you can be doing an active order or you can just be sitting around waiting for orders. These apps have to pay you the minimum base pay, which is starting out, it's gonna be around 18, but you can keep the tips on top of that. So it's 18 base pay plus whatever the tips give you from the customers. I'm not gonna talk about it here, it's just too much to talk about, but basically I did like a podcast last week where I recorded it and I gave my thoughts. So I'll just leave a link below. If you haven't heard that podcast, you can check it out. You can hear more detail, my thoughts about it. Hello, food delivery. All right. I really don't like delivering up here at Midtown around this time. It's like rush hour, everyone's going home. It's like 5:38. It's just too crowded, too hectic. I'd rather stay in East Village, but that's me personally. Next drop off's like 4 blocks to the northwest. Super congested, busy. I mean, it's all right on an electric unicycle, but I don't know. I know this spot gets really congested. Probably should have took another street. Probably would have been smarter. Especially bus here. You can't really go anywhere because they got like these shacks. And then buses, right? Like, what are you gonna do? Good news is the entrance is on 36th and I'm on 35th, so I can just cut across right here to the left. Just gotta dodge these buses. It kind of sucks. So as soon as I drop this off, I'm going right back down to East Village. This is no fun. Hello. The food delivery. Yep. All right, I'm just gonna make sure I got the right spot here. Residency's on 36th Street. It's not the hotel. Okay, yep. Thank you. Just drop that off. Now let's get the hell out of here. Go back down south. It's kind of amazing. At one point, like all this was like empty. During the pandemic, like nobody was here for like almost, I think it was almost 2 years, like no one was here. It was insane. Like you would walk the street and see nobody. It was like, what the fuck? So much of the city is obviously tied into businesses, and when they shut those down, fucking everyone's gone, dude. Oh, and EUC siding, V11. For those of you that don't live in the city, you can see this is Union Square, very popular square, I guess you would call it. It's right by NYU, off 14th Street. Right now they have markets in there where people buy like fresh produce and different stuff like that. Right here to the left. Believe it or not, it gets way, especially during the weekend, they set these little tents up and shit. And you can't even walk in there, it gets so busy. Right now, it's about medium busy right now. I'd go in there, but I see it all the time. And I know you guys don't see it, but I just, honestly, I don't want to go in there, so. I'm telling you, if you haven't done it, Panera, Ultimate Sip Club. It's like $11 to $12 a month. Of course, get interrupted. And you get like unlimited coffee, hot, cold, plus a few like agave drinks or something. Unlimited, all month for only $11 to $12. I'm telling you, Panera, you should pay me for advertising this. Nah. Ever since that came in though, man, I've been drinking this shit like crazy. But anyway, it's still slow. Only accepted that one order. It's probably been at least 20 minutes since I did that order. So just waiting around. It's about to be, well, it's 6:01 right now. It should be picking up here. It's slow in general, so we'll see what happens. So here's one I almost usually would never take. It says 38 minutes, 3.1 miles. It's a double, but it's going to the same person. However, I'm in bike mode with DoorDash, and it says 38 minutes. I'll probably get there a lot quicker. I'm probably thinking 20-something minutes, 25 minutes. It's just a random guess. This place right here makes me wait sometimes, but let's just see what happens. Taking a gamble here, 38 minutes for $10.50. Probably get there in 25 minutes. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I just realized the bike mode on DoorDash is like way off. I realized that like a couple weeks ago. Like, because I was started like accepting like orders I usually wouldn't take, and it said a lot longer, but I was getting there like 10, almost 15 minutes ahead of time at times. So I'm just like, okay, that thing's off. So, hello. See, pickup for, it doesn't say. Thank you. So this was like e-bike mode. I don't know, I never get like open shifts on e-bike mode. Like every time I sign into e-bike mode, which I also have, I never can get a schedule open. So I'm always on bike mode with DoorDash. Like that's like all I use with DoorDash. Now, if I was on e-bike mode, the time might be more accurate. But on bike mode with DoorDash, when I'm on electric unicycle, I can get there a lot quicker. So I'm taking a gamble. I'm still learning the time bike mode on here. Okay, next pickup is Van Leeuwen ice cream. Gosh, man, I butcher these names so bad. Let's pick it up.
Your destination is on the right.
Hi. You got the right idea. Let me see. Yeah, Shamba. I can't even say the name. This is the right person? Yeah. Okay, cool. Thank you. I noticed that girl when I went in there. She was eating ice cream. I'm like, you got the right idea. She didn't know what the hell I was talking about. You can tell by her response. She's just like, Anyway, I got both pickups. We're gonna head to the south. I definitely have a feeling this is gonna be quicker than 38 minutes. Kind of wish like earlier, because like I said, I've been doing bike mode. That's what you gotta watch out for. Cars turning out in front of you like that. But yeah, I've been doing bike mode on DoorDash ever since I started doing food delivery, because I can never get shifts with e-bike mode, so I always do bike mode. And this whole time I didn't realize how off the times are with bike mode on DoorDash. So it's very likely I've been declining orders that I could have done in half the time. I was declining them because I was depending too much on the estimated time that it gives you, when in reality I'm doing it in half the time. Or maybe it's just something that just started happening recently where their times are off. I don't know, but maybe I've been missing out on orders because of that. I think these are, it says hand the orders to them, so I'm just gonna hand them the orders. And this place is like a maze. Hello, you had 2 orders, right?
Yes.
All right, have a good one, thank you. So that order said deliver by 7:01, and I delivered it at 6:33. So let's see how long that took me. I'll tell you here when I get out of here. Remember, it said should have took me 38 minutes. That was the estimated time for bike mode. So I just realized with DoorDash, I won't see the time it took me until after I end my shift. So I'll just leave a screenshot here and let you know how long that took me to do that order, but definitely didn't take me 38 minutes.